From the fields of Mardella Springs to the National Hall of Fame, Bob Hochmuth's life is a testament to hard work, heartfelt mentorships, and a deep-rooted love of agriculture. Now a regional extension agent for vegetable crops with the University of Florida, Bob recently earned one of the highest honors in his field, induction into the National Association of County Agricultural Agents Hall of Fame. But for Bob, the journey is just as meaningful as the award. And Bob Hochmuth joins us via Zoom this afternoon. Welcome to Delmarva Life, Bob.
Hey, glad to be here and share some of the story.
Yeah, first of all, I want to say congratulations. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels pretty strange, actually. It's a very humbling award, and I'm very proud to receive it. But I have a little bit of context that that makes it such that I understand the importance of the award. I mean, that nationally, there's only 78 members of the Hall of Fame, and so that's a little bit mind-boggling for me. But I think the other part of the context is that when I was working on our farm, I grew up in the town of Riverton, but worked on our family farm in Mardella Springs. And I remember as a young boy working on the farm, at that time it was probably about 1,000 acres in its heyday, and mostly, but not all, vegetables. And it was very busy there. And my father was George, and two uncles, Uncle Jack and Uncle Bill, the three of them ran the farm, and it was always busy. But there was one person that came to the farm that whenever he came, I noticed that they always stopped, had time for this particular individual, and they would typically go out to the field on some kind of a troubleshooting venture, looking at crops and maybe insects, diseases, and things like that. And it always stuck in my mind, whoever this guy was really important to the farm. And lo and behold, I later learned as I grew up that was Bob Miller, who was the county extension agent for Wicomico County when I was growing up. And so that image always has stuck with me, and to be in a situation where Bob Miller was also inducted into this Hall of Fame, and I was able to watch him receive that award in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in 2013. So the context of this award does not go over my head without me realizing this is very, very important, and I'm very proud to be the second person with a Wicomico County connection for this County Extension Agent Hall of Fame.
So tell me about how you got into agriculture, the extension agent part of it.
Yes. When I was about 16 years old, I had an opportunity to go to work for the Lower Eastern Shore Research and Education Center, and I began working there for the entomologist at the time. His name was Dr. Jim Linduska. And I think that Dr. Linduska was my first supervisor outside of the farm. And I think I began to understand and learn the science part of it, the detective work. Counted a lot of Colorado potato beetles as a teenager there working with Dr. Linduska, but I think he showed me the science and the fun of that particular aspect of things. So I think that inspired me, and it ended up being important as I moved on to go to college, got my bachelor's degree in extension education, my master's in entomology. And so that was the first opportunity. When we were growing up, there was no doubt that we were going to have to go to college. My father taught us how to work really hard on the farm, and my mom, who went to college at Goucher College, worked for the Johns Hopkins University, and then was sent down to the Eastern Shore to start the blood lab at Deer's Head Hospital at the time. And so that's how Mom and Dad met. So we had two very different experiences from our parents, but they taught us both how to work hard and how to study hard.
Yeah, and you have been able to mentor others in the field as well.
Yes, once I graduated from college, the first opportunity to become an extension agent was in Kent County, Delaware, and I worked under a gentleman by the name of Dave Woodward. Dave was the county extension director at that time, and was an incredible mentor, the best mentor that anybody could ever imagine. He taught me how to be a good county agent, and that was responsiveness, respect, understanding of the clientele that we were serving. And so he had a huge impact on my life as a mentor. And I've tried to carry that, forward in my career to help other young agents as they're getting started, to try to help mentor them as well. But when I look back on it, all through high school, college, I've been just surrounded by great mentors. At that time, the extension agents on the Lower Eastern Shore were all very excellent extension agents. So it just seemed like that would be a really cool way to serve agriculture when I was growing up.
Well, we're glad you did. And again, congratulations, County Agricultural Agents Hall of Famer Bob Hochmuth. Thank you so much for taking some time with us today.
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome.